Hello, everyone. You are watching Metro Morning Manna with Pastor Carl Brewer, and today's word comes from Genesis 24, verse 6 and 7. Abraham says, "Make sure that you do not take my son back there. The Lord, the God of heaven, who brought me out of my father's household and my native land, and who spoke to me and promised me on oath, saying, to your offspring I will give this land, he will send his angel before you, so that you can get a wife for my son from there. If the woman is unwilling to come back with you, then you will be released from this oath of mine. Only do not take my son back there." The story that we're reading about and that we have studied this week is about Abraham and his servant finding a wife for Isaac, Abraham's son. Abraham has been promised that he's going to have an entire nation of descendants, and it's going to come through Isaac. But Isaac is not married at this time. And so Abraham says, hey, I'm old, I'm going to die soon. Sarah is already dead. He gets his servant, most trusted servant, and says, I need you to find a wife for Isaac. But he says, listen, whoever it is that Isaac is going to marry, she has to come and live here with Isaac in the promised land, in Canaan. Abraham's reasoning is simple. God made me a promise, and the promise was that Isaac would carry my descendants, but that we would inherit this promised land. Abraham was clear on what God had promised and what God had said. And because he was clear on God's promises, he would not accept anything else other than what God had promised to him and his descendants. I think Abraham is a great model for us of trusting in God's promise. Sometimes God says stuff and it seems a little outlandish. It seems a bit much. We think, I don't know if God can do this or that. But Abraham was sure whatever God is going to do, I don't know all that he's going to do, but whatever he does, he has to keep his word. He has to keep his promise. And so we're going to stay in the promised land because we know that God promised this land to us and our descendants. I want to encourage us, if you want to follow God's will, you have to trust in the promises that God has made, because God, we might not know all that he's going to do, but we know that he will always keep his word. God bless you.